guys, so today we are going to be changing out the sway bar links with these new ones. These newer ones, you have to grease them up. The reason I'm actually changing them out is because for some reason when I go down the road on the driver's side, I'm just going to replace both of them. There's this creaking sound every time I go over bumps, and I have reasons to believe that it's just the sway bar has gone out. I'd already taken the bolts or the nuts off just to get to this process because, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Take off your wheel, jack it up obviously, and take off your nut, and we're gonna try to get this out. Okay guys, so next we're gonna get our grease gun because these have the grease ports, and we're gonna connect it to it before we actually connect it to the Jeep, because on the other side I found out the hard way that you cannot access the bottom one without having a flexible grease gun, and I do not have a flexible grease gun. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do this the easy way. Yeah, make sure you have a flexible grease gun. Yeah, you're not as funny as you think you are, Dad. Okay. Let's see if I can. Alright, so you're going to attach it to the tip. Oh! And then, just like that. It's oozing out the sides, so that means we're good. You're going to do this, Daystar recommends about every oil change. That way they stay nice and lubricated so you don't have anything break on you again. Yep. And you can see that this pocket right here when I did it is inflating. That means there's grease inside of it and it's oozing out the side. I'm just going to kind of like work it in there and clean off the overflow. Clean that off. And now we're gonna install it back onto the Jeep. Okay, now it's really important that you tighten the bottom one first. So this is the bottom one right here, and then the top one, which is up here. I just put the nut on to hold it in place, and we're gonna go ahead and tighten this down. And then we're gonna tighten this one down with the impact because it just takes too long. Alright guys, so we got the sway bar link connected, top and the bottom now, they're all tight. There's no real instructions that came with these to tell me how tight to tighten them down, so I asked my buddy Samuel, and he of course replied with the German tightness, and I was like, what is that? And it is good and tight. So basically, anything that's not really 120 foot-pounds of torque, you just kind of like tighten down by hand, and that should be sufficed to get that. So I tightened that down as tight as I could get it, so probably about maybe 60 foot-pounds of torque by hand. And then this one I used just the little electric impact, so it's not too horribly tight. I got these greased. That side I didn't get that bottom side done. On that side I'm going to have to get redone. If you don't have a flexible grease gun, like I don't, grease them beforehand. If you do have a flexible grease gun, it's okay to do them afterwards. Now we're going to reinstall the wheels and the tires, and we're going to go test this out, see if this is the problem, because it was coming from this side actually. And if this is the problem, then if you're watching this, if you hear a creaking sound that sounds like metal grinding, because if you look at this one, Okay, so this is how it should look. Not rusty though. And this is how my other end looked. So this is probably the cause of the issue, because this is technically a broken sway bar link. And hopefully that fixes it. If this is the problem, call your lift company. They should be able to warranty out the sway bar links for you and not charge you anything. That's what I'm doing here. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Like and subscribe down below, and there'll be more videos coming to you in the future. Thanks.